What's up everyone, Jonathan from a French-Canadian studio here. A couple weeks ago, I decided to try my hands at making a game jam game. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically trying to make a game in the designated time frame, in this case 72 hours. I unfortunately had way less than 72 hours due to family stuff and all those kind of things. So yeah, I participated in Ludum Dare 45 with the theme of the game jam being start from nothing. So the result you're seeing right now is basically the process of I recorded everything I did to sort of do a time-lapse slash devlog of the video. So basically I was trying to just put everything I learned in the last 3-4 months of me doing game development on Unity and Blender and all those things. So basically from the beginning, there's only 3 or 4 things I downloaded free assets, which I credited in the credits of the game if you guys want to try it out. The game is called A Walk From Nothing. You can find it on itch and Game Jolt or on ldjam.com, where you can still vote for another 2 weeks if you're watching this early enough. But the game is, I did try to make the game pretty much, it uses a lot of mechanics that I've used in Dementophobia Prologue. The game is coming out on October 18, if you're seeing this earlier than October 18, or if it's already out right now. So basically, I basically started off the whole development. I probably didn't record that first part, but I started off by making the groundworks, basically the street with the sort of what seems to be the front of the houses at the beginning, and then I decided to go from there, basically doing the houses, 3 different types of houses. At first I started, it was all going to be the same type of houses with different siding, colors, textures that I took online from I think it was Texture Can, if I remember correctly, which they offer free textures for stuff like that. And then after that, I decided I want to make a graduation from starting with nothing, so a house that's basically broken. I added the 2x4s and all that to make it more realistic, like the house blew up, using a couple of techniques that I learned in Blender and watching videos and stuff like that. Which is actually weird because I've never used those techniques in Dementophobia Prologue. It's a technique I was watching a video a couple weeks before that. I was like, oh, I can use it here to try to destroy the house and make it look a lot nicer, more realistic, somewhat. And usually that's what my process I've started doing for when I'm trying to create a game. Besides the game plan I have in my head, I always start out with the modeling, so that way I get a better understanding of what I want to do and where I'm heading and where I can go from there. And then after that, usually it goes from programming the mechanisms and all stuff that I want it to work in, and it's the finer detail. Usually the last thing is pretty much the UI, because the UI is like usually by the UI I mean like the main menu, the credits, the pause menu and stuff like that, just so because it's pretty standard. Those are all like, because I already, since the game jam, if you're doing the jam portion of Ludum Dare, there's 2. There's the compo, which you have to do everything from scratch in 24 hours or 48 hours. In the jam, you can make assets and other previous work you've done. That's what I did in that case. I used a lot of the scripts, about 4 or 5 different scripts I used from Dementophobia Prologue, and I used them here. So the interaction, I used the same script. The pause menu, the main menu, basically the same script. Not going to reinvent the wheel for something that already exists. It's pretty simple mechanics, but if you already write it down, the only thing I had to create was pretty much the art and stuff like that, which you'll see more towards the end of the video. But yeah, basically just trying to get the game done as fast as possible in multiple tries. It went a lot faster. I think the hardest part's always trying to program what I'm trying to do. I did after the fact, after the game was released, a couple days after, I did do a revision for the game, because I had, as you can see in the development of the game, I did use a lot of particle systems to block off some of the houses. They weren't necessary, but I wanted to add a little cool effect. But I made them a bit too big for what I actually needed, and on some lower end PCs it would actually screwing up the PC or making it crash and stuff like that. A couple people commented that, so I basically reduced everything down to like the minimum. And one thing I could have changed, but I'm not going to go back to change a game jam game, is Unity now with their effects graph. You can, instead of using the CPU to process the particle systems, you can use the effect graph it uses the GPU instead. That's what I wanted to say, instead of using the CPU, so it's less intensive. The GPU runs it better, more smoothly, I guess. So that's one thing I could have changed in that. And of course there's a couple more things aside. One person said the auto was a bit weird in the final product, but like I only had 24 hours, so my editing on the audio was very quickly done, especially that I had to record VO for it. and all those nice little things. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the video. Watch it till the end. You'll see the whole process there. At the end, I get towards more the UI and stuff like that. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you want to go follow everywhere a French Canadian studio, you can do so on Twitter. It's FRCan Studio. Go check it out there on YouTube while you're definitely all there watching that. You can also go follow me on Instagram, French Canadian Studios, and pretty much everywhere you see a French Canadian studio, you can go follow me. And of course on my website, FrenchCanadianStudio.com. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Keep on keeping on.